Welcome to Brunchin Black Women on Top, where we spotlight some of the most amazing individuals in today's society. I am so excited about being back in the studio. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I have my amazing co-hosts right here alongside of me. The Fun Star, aka Brooklyn.
The Fun Star. I've known Kashawn since we was 5 years old.
Rewind selector.
Oh shoot, sorry. Okay.
That's okay. It's okay.
Kassie.
We there now. We there.
Kassie.
Listen, we
Okay.
there. We there.
Okay, I got it.
People know.
I got
People know. I'm so excited. We are so excited to have these amazing gentlemen in the building with us as well. Shout out to the men.
Thank you.
Shout out to the men. You know, when I started this podcast, I had said that, you know what, it wasn't only going to be about us women, but in order for us to be for a she to exist, there always had to be a he. And we have some handsome gentlemen in the building.
Thank you.
Thank you very
find
much.
yourself.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Don't we, Fonster?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Very handsome.
Thank you. Both of them are beautiful, right?
Yes.
We're beautiful?
That's a big
Of course,
fact.
being on this podcast with these lovely ladies is amazing.
I like
so
it.
beautiful.
Oh my God.
It's a big
Thank
difference
you.
from
You
being
guys
full.
bring some real good energy into the room. Yeah. So we invited you on the show because we thought that it was imperative
Yes.
that we start having these really candid, raw conversations with gentlemen, right? About a lot of things that we go through in relationships primarily, some of the storms and the trials and tribulations that we face in life. And Fonsta and I decided that we were wanting to be really candid about that, you know, and bring Brunchin Black Women on Top back with a vengeance. In a good way, though. In a good way.
Positive.
In a good way. Yeah. Positive, right? So we you know, I was out for a minute, and I needed to be out for a minute because I needed to reinvent the wheel in a sense. And I think that there was a lot of work that needed to be done in my own professional and personal life. And now that I'm back, right, it's a good thing. Right,
It
Fonsta?
is. Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen your growth, and I've seen your work, and I'm very proud of you.
And you bore witness to my storm.
Yes.
I had quite a few of them,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, we have storms in life.
Yes, we do.
And a lot of times we don't even understand what the purpose of those storms are. But if you're not growing in the storm, then you know that sometimes you might find yourself facing that same storm again. So we wanted to touch on that because Fonnie has a storm that she kind of went through a few years back. And that was one of the reasons for her wanting to, like, yo, Kassie, I'm on board. Like, let's do this. Let's talk to the women out there. Let's talk to our community. Let's, you know.
Right. When storm comes into our lives, like the first thing we say is, why me? Right? And I was there. I was like, why me? Until I had to understand why not me.
Exactly. Why not?
Every storm that comes into your life, your name is on it.
Ooh.
You have to go through that storm. You can't turn back. You can't hide from it. It's yours. But to me, it depends on how you connect with God when you're in that storm. Because he's the one that put you there.
Ooh. Yes.
He put you there
for his purpose.
for his purpose, right? And it's not to break you. It's to elevate you.
That's
It's
the
to
biggest
motivate
facts.
you. It's for you to have that opportunity to grow, right? And also to show you yourself, to show your strength, your fight, your voice, you know, so that you can see yourself in a different way that other people don't see you. You know what I'm saying? And when the storm happened to me, I was fighting for my life.
What do you mean fighting for your life?
I was fighting for my life. I was fighting for my life in the sense of where...
Like when you say life, like near death experience life, or like, I don't know, like what do you mean fighting for your life?
When I I would say death, you know.
Yeah.
And when it first happened to me, I didn't know what to do, or I didn't know anything. I was like stuck. And when I finally realized that it was bigger than me, it was way bigger than me. And my faith was in God and my trust, but something was missing. And I'm saying to myself, what is missing? What is missing? And it was that confidence.
You always tell me that. I remember when you and I would have conversations, like while I was going through the storms that I've experienced in my life, you would always say to me, yo, Kassie, when you get that confidence, and I was like, but I got confidence. But it wasn't that type of confidence. It was, I realized that the confidence, not in me, but in him.
Him, exactly.
Ladies, I would just like to interject
with
what you were saying, because I don't know what you've been through, but I could feel your pain. Like, just from you speaking, I could feel it. And you was walking by faith, and faith got you through the storm, because God said, I'm with you. You know, through your trials and tribulation, I'm here. But when you lean on your own understanding, the weight of this world is more heavier, and his weight is more lighter, because when you trust him, he's going to carry you through your storm, because you may not see what God is doing for you, but God is there with you to overcome your obstacle, because life is full of trials and tribulation, and God is good to take you where you at right now to speak and let these women know what you've been through, and you're strong for that. You know, a lot of people don't speak of what they go through.
Right. And a lot of times too, what I realized too, being in the storm, is that it's beautiful.
It is.
There's beauty in the storm.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what I wanted to share, is like, when you're going through something, embrace it. Embrace that storm. You know what I mean? It's like when you walking outside and you in the storm, right? Yes. You're not running from it.
No, you're in it.
You just in it, going through it. And it's the same thing when God puts you in a position or in a place in your life, and you question, like you said, why me? Why not you? It was him.
Exactly.
Right? He gave it all. So who are you? So yeah, like, your storm was heavy.
Very heavy.
Yeah.
But once I owned the storm, and I realized this is where I'm at, either I'm going to fall or I'm going to fight.
That was the biggest part.
Right? So either I'm going to stand 10 toes down.
Oh, okay.
And
how many under?
Exactly. And build that confidence that in God. And because the trust was there, the belief and everything, but it was that I kept saying something is missing. It was 3:00 in the morning, and I jumped out my bed, and I heard the word confidence, and I was like, "That's it!" Like, I had that moment. I was like, "That's what I'm missing." And when I owned it, like, okay, this is where I'm at. I said, God, I'm ready. Let's fight. Let's do this.
And you fought.
And I fought like hell.
And you are here.
And I'm here today.
As a testimony, because the test gave you that testimony.
Yes. So I learned a lot within that storm. Like, so now I deal with storms differently.
Right.
Because I realized that it's not to break you, it's to motivate you, it's to elevate you. It's to give you that voice, that confidence, and that victory. So...
Right. And also you learn to be with him and to be alone, because in the storm God removes people. He cleans house. Yes, he cleans house.
Yes, he do. He cleans house.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
I mean, I know women, we go through things differently. We deal with pain and trials and tribulations different from men. So I would love to hear, what is a storm like for a male? Because as women, we know what our storms are, and women, because we are more emotional beings, we tend to be able to, rely on one another in ways that men, maybe due to pride, possibly don't.
Nah.
Is that different? Okay, that's all right.
Let me get it. So, it's crazy, because the male side of you is never really judged, correctly. Like, it's like he's a male, so whatever he goes through, he goes through. And the female's supposed to be, you're supposed to be super passive to the female when it's supposed to be a 50-50 situation. This is why both are fighting for position, because the male doesn't feel like he has enough credit. You know?
Credit, when you say credit,
As far as with respect. So if you hit a female, you're going to jail. If a female hit a man, she's not going nowhere.
that's not true. Not
He
in
has the
today's society.
And you know what's the crazy part?
Hit a male if you want to.
Long
You'll
story,
be locked.
you know what's crazy? So a long time ago, if you hit a male, they wouldn't even send you nowhere. They wouldn't even mention it. But if a male hit a female, it's problems. Just because he's powerful, whatever the situation is. So it's outweighed. But at the end of the day, the male side is never really viewed correctly, because he's supposed to be this tough person, so he never really gets through his situations correctly. But he feels comfortable after he does own it. Ownership is a big word.
Do you think that men don't get through it because they're going to be stigmatized, like they're going to be looked at as soft or weak? Like, you know, because you're right. I found like there's, even in society, there's a lot of support systems in place for women. I don't know, you know, to what extent that's available to men, right? But I do find that having two sons or whatever, and being pretty much a single mom, right? And being in relationships where sometimes I even looked at to some of the males that were in my life to be significant role models to my sons, and at times it was a little disappointing. And then I had to think about, well, what did this male individual go through that he couldn't really be what it was that I was looking for from my son?
Ownership is a strong,
or maybe accountability.
Yeah, it falls under the same umbrella, because ownership, you have to own it. So some people run from connection, ownership, period. People run from ownership. Like some people like, no, I don't want to be the boss of that. And they just run from that. And then, you know, and then it's looked at wrong, but he's a wussy. He's a pussy cat, because he can't stand up to his business, and he doesn't care because he's cold at that point.
It could also stem from the root, you know, how he was cultivated.
That's what it is.
Because sometimes a man don't have a man figure to teach him how to be a man. Sometimes you have woman raising a man.
Right,
and a woman really
right,
don't know how to raise a man.
Pat.
Not saying in that way, but if you have to look at it like,
Every man,
a woman like to baby her son.
Yeah.
You know? And a man is going to treat
Guilty.
treat his son like a man. Like, listen, you're going to survive. You're going to be in that wilderness. You're going to know how to get yours.
But what
because
was it
no
written,
one is
though,
going to
bro?
give it to you. Huh?
Give it to him how it was written, because why the female's going to do that for her son? Because naturally,
She a provider.
she's
a
a
nurturer.
Yeah, she a nurturer.
and
Yeah.
we're
That's in
hunter.
her nature. We are natural warriors.
Hunters. So
Hunters,
that's why we was
Hunters
treating
and gatherers.
Exactly. And we was treated tough from day one. So therefore, this is why we still going through the issues that we going through, because
And then mama like this to her son. No, baby, you
You're
need
not-
anything?
you're not
Father's
gonna-
going to say,
Because you're afraid,
Go through.
like you really want to be there. It's like a cub, like you know, you want to be there to protect.
but you have to
You
let
know, at
him-
the same time,
Yes.
and it's hard because for me, I'm guilty of it, because I think that I find that as a woman, I find it, you know, just really hard on the male. It's particularly the black male. You know, they say first comes the white man, then the white woman, then the black male, and the black woman is at the bottom of the total pole. So I feel when it becomes to opportunities, and you know, particularly for black males, they're not there, and I feel like I'm filling in. You know, like I gotta really help my son out because, you know, it's gonna be 10 times as hard for him. You don't want to be that way, but you just end up being that way because you're feeling like you just really want to protect them.
Yeah.
You don't want them to get hurt.
you see how life is, though, not to cut you.
Okay.
Life is different, because you would have to go through that first to know that you don't want your two sons to go through that. You would have to go through that as a child being raised to see how a black man is being raised and how he's being treated, for you to know that you don't want your kids to go through the same thing that you've seen or heard about.
So
Naturally.
so then sometimes men become a little defensive because they find it us women, oh, you babying him or you doing too much for him, so you don't know how to create that balance. Sometimes women even interject when you see a man disciplining their son or that male. You like, be easy on my son.
And the thing is that you want your son not to be soft. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong that giving him a sense of direction and we call it responsibility. Sometimes women don't give their son responsibility. They cater to all his needs, do his laundry, and he's at a certain age that he have to learn responsibility.
Yeah.
And if he don't have no type of responsibility when he get older, he's gonna all the time. He's always gonna call mom for help and don't know how to assess the situation when problem occur.
Facts. And then mom calls for help. Like, I need you to talk to my son real quick because he's been acting up.
That is very true.
So she calls a male to come talk to her son.
That is true. That is true. That's crazy. Well, guys, this is interesting. It's an interesting topic, and I'm hungry. So let's kind of like get down. Listen. What's that? Some water? Can I get some water over here, please?
You want some water?
Some water.
Okay.
So on another note, Fonnie, just to get back to your storm, I don't know if you're really ready to share how much of that about your storm you're willing to share.
Okay, I'm an open book.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm not ashamed of what I've been through or where I came from.
Get me a little shot. You want some?
Yes.
Oh, he's hungry. Sorry, Fonnie.
My storm.
Before your storm, you need something to eat.
Do
you need a dumpling? Anyone out here? Would you like? Guys, listen. This food is here for everyone.
No, she got a flute right here too.
Producers, engineers. Look, we got a full house in here. It's just not us, people. It's just not us. Anyone like anything to eat? Come on. All right, you good?
Thank you.
Okay.
You got to celebrate life. You know, a lot of people don't understand. Life is precious.
Exactly.
You know, the trials and tribulation is what makes us stronger.
Exactly.
You got to feed the whole person, right? The whole person. Thank you. The whole person, the mind, the body, the spirit, right? All of that. You got to take good care of it all. And you got to be particularly good to people.
Yes,
because there is a such thing as you reap what you sow.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people don't think that, but listen, I think we can all
relate.
Testify, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
There, we all done things that we could have done differently at some point in time. But here's to all of you.
And here's to, you know, women empowering women, you know, appreciate
and all of you out there too. Here's to you.
If it wasn't for women, you know,
we wouldn't be here.
Yes, I love my mom. I love my sister.
I love every lady.
And we love you, men.
I love every lady.
We do. We love you, man. Despite some of the things y'all do.
We ain't perfect, you know. That's
y'all
what we
ain't
have.
perfect. Exactly. That's why we create a balance here. You know what I mean? We here for each other because I'm gonna support my black men
all day.
Okay,
all day.
And Latino ones, the Asian ones too. But my black men come first.
Of course.
I don't care who you are. Now I'm serious. They come first. I'm gonna support them first in the building. I don't even hold the door for the black man. I don't have a problem with that.
You know what's crazy?
I really don't.
You know,
Funny, don't. Do you?
Of course.
Some people will fall out on the ground when they see that. You know that, right? Some
Yeah.
people, like, cause chivalry is that, especially with a female showing it to a man.
What?
Yeah.
Like
Holding the door?
Like
Yeah,
chivalry is
just- yeah.
that. Like, you know, chivalry is that.
Because
So
they feel like
it takes like out of 1 in a million, one classy female in that circle, you just might hold the door for somebody, and you're gonna throw them off their whole pivot. Facts.
Really?
Just because they don't show it.
Is it this generation? Maybe. Is that what it is more? I don't know.
It's been a couple of generations that been going on. Like, it's been a lot of feud, and so like it's no respect there. So nobody's really doing the most no more. Like
why not though? Why aren't we doing the most for each other?
that's what we here for today. We restoring the feeling.
Yeah.
I'm different. I opened up
You
doors.
are very different.
Yeah, I see.
You were different. Let me tell you something about this woman right here. How different she is. Okay? Because when God was doing his sweep, there were very few people that God kept, because God will remove and he will bring. This woman every day checked on me.
That's a real woman.
That's your sister.
Listen to me.
Restate that.
No,
Your
okay, you want me to
sister.
say that's my sister right there.
Yes, sister.
And when her, I won't go into the details. Was because of the love for her, showed me love to the extent where this is the love that is gravitated, that she attracts rather.
It's natural.
Yeah. So
in
she
her
attracts that love, and because she's deserving of it.
She earned
you.
it.
And yeah,
I'm like,
no,
thank you.
She earned it.
no, seriously.
She earned it.
And when somebody can know you're going through something, and they don't judge you for what you're going through, and they call you every day just to say, "Hey," because God will show you who's who.
First and foremost.
And I can say that's why the Fun Star is in the building.
Yes.
Shout out.
Me and Kassie, like I said, no we was 5 years old. I'm 52.
Kassie, let me tell you something. She was
And-
5 years old.
So that's years in the building. Goodness.
Let me tell you, 5 years old when she was being Medusa. And she used to
Couldn't speak English.
Couldn't speak English. ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? And then we used to like, and she was like, and I was like, we're gonna beat her up. Me and my sister are gonna beat her up. And from that day, her brother, we're family. Like we are family. Because family, you have relatives, and then you have family.
That's right. Yep.
And just because someone is not blood related to you, that doesn't mean that you can't make them family. Right? It's a such thing. That's what they call fictive kin, if you want to use the terminology for that. But yeah, that's my sister right there. That's my sister. It's your birthday. It's my sister. It's your birthday.
That's you know when God put people in your life, it's for a reason, man. And that's for all the years and just standing by each other. That's real love, because love tests the end of time when you in this world. That's real love.
And real love doesn't give up.
Doesn't.
So when people say that they love you, and then a storm or a trial or tribulation comes, or you aren't living up to their expectations at some point, right? And they can't bother or deal with you, they didn't love you. It was built on conditions.
Yes.
That's a fact.
You know, how much they could tolerate.
Facts.
And once, I can't tolerate you as a friend anymore because you're not living up to my expectations, that's the selfishness, then you'll be able to determine like who really loves you and who's really your friend and who's in your corner.
Exactly.
And our storms, and not even just the storms, but just the things that I've gone through in life in general, right, has brought me to this place of gaining that knowledge and wisdom from God. And that's why we want to continue to share those very raw, candid, truthful conversations about what we've gone through and been through so that we can heal, right?
Yep.
So that we can heal and grow
Amen.
and teach our children, because they are
Unruly.
You start with, what's the crazy part? We got to start with the definition of family, which is, it means connection. And we got to start there. We got to show them what's the connection, what's the vibe, restore the feeling. Right now, these kids are going through the most, and people are going through the most, period. But you know what it is? A lot of people just feel alone. You don't feel like they can, let out that type of info, or everything that's being said nowadays has something missing from it.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get the full 100 of what's really going on. So this is what we doing. This is why we here.
I need a donut.
Yeah.
Brunchin Black Women. We're going to get you that donut.
What you say? What did you say?
Napkin.
What you say? Did you shout us out? No. Let her have half, because I don't even want all of this.
Okay.
Because this is delicious. Would you like a donut? Anyone? These donuts are so good. I won't say where they're from, only because that means that
Thank you.
That means promotions, right? But fun stuff.
Talk to me.
Great stuff, Donna.
It's your turn. We want to hear what's going on with you.
What happened?
With Big Kassie.
What happened with Big Kassie?
We want to know what's going on with you. Let it out. It's your show. We here with you.
It's our show, people. It's your show.
Yes.
No, nothing. You know, we got a whole lot. We have many more shows to come. This is a journey. I can tell you one thing. I can definitely say this much, that I may not be exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm a work in progress, but I'm certainly not who I was.
And we can respect that. It's stages in life.
You have grown, woman.
I have grown.
You came a long way.
I have grown.
Yes.
Who can't respect that? It's immature.
If you don't like it, too bad.
It's not something
I
to
see
like.
this woman here,
I don't care.
and it's big, and it takes a lot. I seen you surrender all. And when you did that, I was like, wow. No, because that takes a lot. You surrendered all, girl. And I was right there with you every step of the way, every surrender. I'm like, wow.
You kept telling me.
Kassie is,
Dude,
wow.
you're strong.
Yeah.
I said, I am? She said, yo, kid. She said, yo, kid. And when she would say that, I'd be like, okay, you got me. You got me. Because I ain't got me.
It takes a lot to give up a lot of things, walk away from people, walk away from relationships, bad habits. And I seen you do that. And I was like, wow, that takes a lot. But I know that it was only, God working with you and working through you.
It was purposeful.
It was only him. You know what I'm saying? So everything that you gave up, all the friendship to everybody or whatever, you had to do it so you could get to where you're at today.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah.
That's a part of life structure too. It's crazy for both of y'all.
Welcome to Brunchin Black Women on Top. Real love.
You better know. You better know. But
What's my song?
Real love.
No.
No.
Big Prez. You know I've been holding on. Tried to make me weak, but I still stay strong. Stay strong.
fall up in these songs.
Just so you can feel me.
Feel me.
Take me as I am.
Take me
That should be
as I am.
Good
Shout
morning.
out to MJB.
Big shout out to the
Yeah,
queen.
big shout out.
we
Let me tell
love
you,
Queen.
we love you, MJB. Let me tell you why. Funny, back in the days when we was young, outside, everybody listened to MJB. She was the anthem.
And
What?
why?
My life, my life, my life.
That
my
whole
life.
album was my life.
Right. We played that album over and over
I used to have Mary
again.
J. Blige parties at my house.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
female that didn't.
And
Okay.
play all her albums.
That's
I
it.
don't know what female
Mary
that
J.
did.
Blige.
Mary represent all the sisters in the struggle
For
that
real.
was going through
That- and
things.
so-
So she can relate to what everyone was going
my
through
boy, for
in
real.
the hood.
She
you know
really
what I mean?
could.
She was that sister. You hear Mary J.
My
Blige?
compact work for
You connecting with her because that's my sister.
What's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
compact- What's
Yeah.
the compact word for? Let me get it. Let me fill in the blank.
Go ahead.
Therapeutic.
That's what I'm talking about.
MJB.
Therapeutic.
Yeah.
Therapeutic.
And she was going through some storms.
Yes, she
Yeah, oh
was.
yeah.
And she expressed all of her storms in her music, and and like you said, she's so relatable. And even now to this day, it's like you got to respect MJB.
Queen.
You just do.
It was
The men even love her.
Well,
Of course.
The men adore Mary J.
at the same
Blige.
time, y'all fell in love with her. We fell in love with her too.
Really?
That's a big fact. She took the world by storm. It's a difference.
did.
She's a queen. She's epic.
Can we get? Shout out to Mary J. Blige.
Love
Thank
you,
you,
Mary.
Mary.
For real.
Call me.
Thank you. Well, maybe one day we may be able to have Mary J. Blige here on Brunchin Black Women on Top. Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be amazing.
That would be
That'd be
amazing.
so
Because Mary
dope.
and I spent time in a few rooms.
Me too.
Yeah, of course. People don't know our story.
See, and-
Don't
and-
know.
and what they say about great minds.
Think
Great
alike.
mom?
Great minds.
Oh, great minds.
think
Okay,
alike. So y'all
yes.
be in the same room with the same people that going through the same struggles that represent you. Right?
Yeah. True.
Facts.
True, gentlemen.
Therapeutic. We got through what y'all got through in a different manner because she had therapeutic ways with her music. What y'all think? What you think?
I know, like, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I'm
Therapeutic.
speechless. I mean, that's why she's the topic of the conversation right now.
Yeah.
Right? So, just on the entertainment note, because there's some entertainers out there that's like,
They don't got a vibe with
Crickets.
him. They don't got a
what
vibe with him.
happened to Kanye? Oh, he's not Kanye. He's Ye.
Yeah.
What happened? Kanye was on a show with Big Bo. I think he's from California.
Oh, yeah, Big Boy.
Be a big boy.
Yeah, the DJ.
And Kanye told Big Bo that he was God.
And you know what's crazy? When you told
I'm
me
just
that,
saying. Yeah.
you told me that, it didn't puzzle me. It didn't puzzle me at all because, coming through the struggles, I'm dealing with different men. So men go through different, it's like when it comes to religion, and they go in and out of religions and different thought processes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I partially understand that, but I understand it from his perspective because I guess I would have to speak to him directly. I'm a Gemini like him, so I know that he's an air sign. He thinks like, far-fetched, so I quietly understand him somewhat, but don't understand that part. Like, he would have to come out and say, like, what he exactly
Well,
means.
he mentioned that one of the reasons why is, I think, because he sought God and God didn't answer. And I'm paraphrasing, okay? But my thing is that who are you to put term limits on God and when he should answer?
Everything is in his
I think
timing.
exactly.
It's
And
all
if
in
it
his
takes
timing.
if it takes your whole life for him to answer, then
Exactly.
that's just what it is.
But look at the bigger picture, right?
Okay.
Kanye is unique in his own way.
He
you
is.
feel me? And who is us to judge?
I'm not judging.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying to me the bigger picture. Put it that way, the bigger picture, right? End of the day, people gonna be people, and people gonna make their decision, and people gonna ridicule or find any which way to make it a big stink, right? The thing is, what I worry about the most
Here's the two.
is what's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? To waste time on someone else, that's just a waste of time. That's it. I just gotta reach to my destination. Man said what he said, and that's what it is.
Well, the reason he could, I'm not saying that. Of course, we're all entitled to our opinions about things. I'm just having a conversation about where he's at because this was Jesus Walks. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. So I'm just curious. We keep it real here, right? All right. I'm keeping it real. Like, there's celebrities. They have a platform. They have discussions. But at the end of the day, we're real people. Have the same lives, similar lives. We may not have as much money and fame and this, that, and the other. But we're here. And he's a public figure. And he did say that he said he was God. And after Jesus Walks, you did how many, whatever years ago, I just find it,
Disturbing.
like, I'm just wondering, like, where did that come from other than the fact that God didn't answer you? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things that we've prayed for that God hasn't answered. Hey, have you prayed for anything in your life and you feel God hasn't answered you yet at this point still?
Mostly everything is unanswered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's my point.
So he's just going through. He's going through a lot because he just been going through a lot, and he's not facing the facts. And that's earlier what we talked about, like when it comes down to the man, and he's the only child, and he got that only child syndrome, and his mom was everything to him, and he just lost that. So now his world crashed, and everybody's not really paying attention to that fact. Like,
Right.
this is a man that loved his mom so much, and that was the only person he had. Doesn't respect his pops. His pops comes out of nowhere after he's famous and wants money. Like, so his moms don't want him for nothing but the love and who she raised him to be, the morals and these things.
See,
So it's more trauma that Kanye is probably dealing with, a lot of unresolved, some trauma. Like, and we all been faced. I think that people in general have all confronted some form of trauma in their life.
Of course.
You wouldn't be a human being
If you didn't,
you
exactly.
wouldn't be human if you ain't go through nothing.
We just don't like to talk about it. But we had some trauma. That's
Every
part of the
single
storm.
person. Every single
Exactly.
person. Every
Yeah.
single person. You know what's crazy? Not to cut you off though, but like I read a book. It's
You
called.
didn't cut me off.
I'm sorry.
You didn't cut me off. Right?
Showing dedication. This for the females.
Shout out to Big Preds in the
Shout
building.
out.
Shout out. Shout
Big
out to Preds in
Kassie.
the building.
And shout out to Big Love over there. She doing her thing too. Long story short, like, I think for him, like he doesn't have nobody to kick it with. So, he you see what he was doing? He's breaking the cameras. He's acting crazy. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't have nobody to hug. He was around Kim Kardashian. They don't love him.
You don't think so?
Listen, for real, we only getting love from the queens.
It goes back to real love.
Yeah,
You remember, he's not
bro.
getting real love.
My
Like
point
everybody's just there for his, dividends. You know what I mean? He got that money and connection, but everybody's dropping him. But he's gifted. The man is really gifted.
Extremely.
When it comes to music, he
extremely-
made great
He's
music.
artistic, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
For
And
real. Very.
He's
I'm
a
not a man
genius.
to judge. At the end of the day, I don't judge no one because every man is God judge. You know what I'm saying? It's a heavy seat to sit in, to just point fingers and say this and that because I don't know you. I don't know your upbringing. So I cannot, some things happen along the way that you stumble and fall and came across this mindset, that make you feel like something is not right. Sometimes we are blinded by things that we can't see, but others can see, but we don't know. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not a man to judge, but the man have a lot on his plate.
He does.
A lot.
Yeah, well, I agree.
got a lot on
Most
his
certainly.
plate.
I mean, he had, like you said, his mom passed away. His marriage didn't end well. He has 4 children. He doesn't have any siblings. And you don't hear much about any relatives of his or family. So it's like he is probably. I mean, I'm not even gonna say probably. He has lots of money. He's in the war, and he's in the spiritual warfare.
What you think
And,
the biggest thing that he's lacking?
I think what he said, love,
Love.
and I think that he
I feel like it's
cried out
love.
to
No
God.
trust.
You my dog for real.
There's nobody to
You my dog
trust.
for real. That's why we here too. We
Well, when you love someone, well, that's what love is all about.
Because
But that's what love is.
yeah,
Love is trust.
exactly. So it's a combination.
But that's the issue that concerns me because when he was, I guess he put all his trust in God, and when God didn't answer,
He felt. He felt down.
Right.
But he
So
doesn't.
there-
It's acceptance though.
No, but the thing about that, God don't have no time limit for him to answer you. But in his
Right.
mind, because he's at that plateau that he's singing Jesus Walk and he's doing stuff like, God, here I am. Basically, he want God to really hear his heart cry. But God hears his heart cry. But in the human terminology, you want it now. Like, yo, show me some type of
Yo,
Right now.
gratitude.
Bro,
I
that's-
mean,
Right now.
show me.
He's acting like he never came up in church, because the person that doesn't come up in church expects God to do it tonight.
The church people are the biggest sinners too,
But they are. But what I'm saying is, if you're going through the forest and you're going through every rain, every sleet, every hail, everything, when you get to the sun, you got experience, bro. So when you don't have experience, you just think that it's gonna come like Santa Claus is real and stuff like that.
Of course.
You know what I'm
Who
saying?
believed in Santa Claus when they was young? Or the tooth fairy? No, but God
Put
is
your
real.
tooth under the
That's
pillow.
one thing.
Oh,
I'm
God
saying.
is beyond real. I
Yes.
mean, when people say,
I know.
"Oh, I don't know," exactly.
I know. I
You-
don't believe. I know.
I'm glad you, Pat. You my brother for real, for real. Okay, God is real. I tell people, listen, I keep it simple because I don't know scripture from beginning to end, and I don't consider myself to be holier than thou. Or people will argue with you and be like, "Oh, they quick to point fingers. Oh, you're doing this or you're doing that. So you don't really know God. You're not really walking with God or whatever. This, that, and the other. I'm doing the best that I can, and God knows because I can only do whatever God allows, you know, for his will.
Once
like,
he
for
knows
my-
your heart,
And that's what it is.
God has to know your heart, because you could be fake and phony. You could be acting like but he knows the truth. Once he knows your heart, that's it.
But the Bible also tells us this, right? No man in the Bible is perfect. Every man falls short except one.
That's
that was
it.
Jesus.
Right.
Right? Every man had a mission to be holy than thou, but guess what? Temptation, whatever it may be, even if it's in your mind. You may not sin physically, but you sin mentally.
You think,
Absolutely.
You know, and the things that come out your mouth, you condemn your brother. So if you curse someone, that's still a sin.
Oh,
So
yeah.
no sin is sin.
Right.
There's no big and it's all sin.
Right.
So we have to be mindful of what
And we were all
say.
born into sin.
Yes, we was born into sin.
Yeah.
Because sin is around us. We're
Right.
living in a sinful world.
We just sin naturally.
Yes.
Naturally. That's
Even
why
if
we
you
mistake
think
prone.
you're
Yeah.
not sinning, you're sinning.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because
Exactly.
you could wear a white T-shirt, it's gonna have some type of stain on it.
Absolutely.
By the end of the day, and that's sin.
How many times a day you like, I swear, man, or I swear, that's sin.
Yeah.
That's sin. So it's everything that we do, we're mistake prone. So that's why a lot of people should be acceptive. That's what I say. Like, he is not acceptive. Because somebody that's acceptive to what's real, you won't be guessing anything or be looking for answers, knowing that it's coming through differences. It might come your answer might come through somebody talking to you that you don't even know. Might stop you in the middle of nowhere and start talking to you.
That's God.
It's how you dissect it, take what you need from it, harbor it, and never let it go.
Ooh. Ooh. When you start talking about him, yes,
He's amazing.
he is amazing. He is amazing. And this has been an amazing conversation. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, we still, before we go, right, because we still got a lot, and this is just us back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Welcome back, Carter.
Who's that? Where's that from? Where's that from? Where's that from? Welcome back.
I remember that from the Rugrat thing. I remember that from that Rugrat thing.
No, that's from Bonnie said it.
Welcome back, Carter.
back, welcome
Oh, my
back,
goodness,
welcome
yes,
back.
facts,
I think
facts,
Jay-Z
facts.
even used that on one of his songs, right?
I
At the
think
beginning.
so.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
something. He did a skit.
Yes.
And he used that whole welcome back,
Yes.
welcome back from Welcome Back Carter.
Yes.
But that's how I feel about Brunchin Black Women on top. We're back, better than ever.
Than ever.
Yeah.
Damn.
And guess what? Like I always tell my girl Fonsta over there, if it ain't,
If it ain't God's will, I don't want it.
I don't want it. I don't want
block
it. I don't want
block
you.
it all.
I don't want your friend. I don't want your job. I don't want your money.
Exactly.
And y'all also age like fine wine.
For real.
Thank
Hey,
you.
look,
Fine wine.
ya.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank
So
you.
fine wine. You know what I'm
Because we
saying?
do not look
No,
in our
I wouldn't.
50s.
Not at all.
We don't even
Getting
have to say,
younger.
shout out
Getting younger.
to
Both of y'all
Fine
getting younger.
wine.
Us again.
You know what's
Oh,
crazy?
but my cup is
yeah,
it's
come on.
empty.
You know what's
could-
crazy? I swear, is when somebody, I just seen, but when somebody seen a picture of you, they was like, yo. First of all, my aunt asked me if he was my ex. I said, what she got to do? Serious? Like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
We're
yo,
about to just, they're gonna put us all together.
you know what I mean? So then, but
People
then,
is something else. They'll just put you together,
right
put you
there.
with people just
Right
because
there.
you spend time
Like,
with
who's
them.
that? Like, but you're in the back though. Like, I'm in the front, you're in the back. She just thought that was you, but that's to show you how young she thinks you are.
Well, you know what? I don't need to, thank you, gentlemen. I just appreciate that. I'm so flattered.
Yeah.
Party.
Exactly.
Look, I'm feeling myself.
You have to. You know?
Listen, it's about what Fonnie said, the confidence.
Yes.
It comes from him, the confidence, because
That's
we
right.
don't look this way because it's just us. It's him
Yes.
That's right.
keeping us,
Facts.
That's
keeping
right.
that glow, keeping it all together.
Facts.
Right?
Yes.
So we're excited. Thank you so much for joining us here on Brunchin Black Women on Top.
Yes.
And guess what? This is not the end. This is just the beginning of 2024 and what's to come. We have some amazing guests. Please do tune in because we're excited and there's so much out here for us to discuss. And guess what? We almost forgot to talk about Haiti. So really quick before we go, we got to do something about what's going on in Haiti. We helped out Ukraine and all these other countries. I know my co-hosts in here, they don't like to get political, but I can't help it. I got that little
Do your part.
political
Do your part.
bone in me. I always had it,
your
but
part.
you know, right now we need to really tune into what's going on in Haiti because it's the real serious. I don't know what to call it, genocide. The place is up in flames, and nobody's really talking about it, and nobody has ran in there to provide any real major support. So we really need to continue to not only just think about ourselves. You know, we need to think about us as a whole Black African diaspora. And Haiti's a part of that. So
That is a big fact.
yeah. Peace. Till next time.
Lord.
Yeah.
Great job, guys.